It began with the Ford Foundation, and the moving target keeps moving. First, he called the demonstrators treasonous criminals, and he said that they were criminals who were hell-bent on overthrowing a legitimately elected government. Later on, he blamed the Ford Foundation and said that it was funding the demonstrations with an aim to overthrow him from a legitimately elected office. From there, he began to blame his former deputy presidents of inciting the youth to go on the street. Then he put all the politicians of the opposition into one basket. From there, when that did not stick, he came after the church. The very church he leaned on when he wanted to be elected president in 2022. From there, he called the evangelical group of pastors, majority of them, to State House so that they could help him put a beating on the mainstream church's clergy in the name of they were inciting the nation. Now, he has moved that target. He has moved from being an expert in matters funding. He now became the perfect clergyman and purports to even instruct the clergy on how to deal with these matters and even how to advise the youth of the country or even the people of the Republic of Kenya on how to act. From there, he has now moved to becoming the perfect parent. He has told the nation that asiyefunzwa na mamaye ama mzazi wake atafunzwa na ulimwengu. Now, our parents do not know anything about bringing us up. Our parents have not taught us discipline. And he openly says that the police are trained to deal with criminals. Wait, wasn't the police force named into a service? A service means that they are there to serve the people of the Republic of Kenya. That if I have a problem that is criminal in nature, I can approach the police to help me deal with the matter. And that if I have a problem that requires mediation from government services and offices that can enforce a law, I approach the police. If there is a dispute in a homestead that we suspect could turn violent, we can approach the police station and discuss it there and come to an agreement. But now, he has said the only job the police have is to deal with criminals. In simple terms, this means that if you were shot on 25th of June last year, if you were shot on 25th of June this year, if you were shot during Sabasaba demonstrations, if you were beaten up, you're simply a criminal because the police were simply doing their job. Simply means that when a stray bullet shot by a policeman into the residential area where Bridget resided and it killed her, a 12-year-old, innocently while she was at the comfort of her house, the police were dealing with criminals. Simply means when that young man, Peter Kariuki, was shot in a tea farm in Murang'a, the police were simply doing their job of dealing with criminals. One thing this presidency and this particular government refuses to admit is that the demonstrations and protests we have witnessed in the street since last year are as a result of bad governance. They have buried their head in the sand and their target keeps moving. They will blame everything and anything but themselves. Because according to them, they have governed perfectly and they have done a wonderful job. But the only person who can be wrong is the other party and not them. They refuse to listen to the grievances of those who go to the streets. They refuse to give them an ear. Because to them, everyone who pickets and demonstrates against this government is a criminal. And that has been evident, even on the charges that the office of the DPP has preferred against protesters. Terrorism charges, robbery with violence charges, yet without a shred of evidence to even present in court. All these cases will eventually fall. All these things will eventually fall. All these strategies to stop and muzzle the voice of Kenyans that they have been airing against bad governance will fail. And at the ballots, the voice of Kenyans will be heard. And the moving target will no longer be a moving target, but a stationary target that Kenyans will ensure will never trouble them again.